Prabhu. Dandavad Pranam, Rishabh Prabhu. Prabhu, I have a question that actually, like for full-time devotees, I mean, like, is the Gaura Harati is compulsory, or on in what basis we can skip it? The evening programs.
Well, Prabhupada has given us to worship morning and evening, but if you have got some preaching engagement, then yes, you can always go for the preaching, which is more important. If you don't have any other engagement, then better you go for the arti, Yes. But some people think that the Gora Arti is more important than the Mangala Arti. In fact, the Namahat preaching is all based on Gora Arti, not Mangala Arti.
Yes.
So if you skip the Mangala Arti and Gora Arti, then what's the use? Correct?
Right.
Yes?
Yes.
You miss your Mangala Arti, then you can fall down. You can see here.
Yes, Prabhu. Correct. And that's what actually, we'd like to know more, because Gaurartis most of the time take it granted. They thought actually it is not. I mean, of course, Mangalarti is 100% compulsory. That is no question about it. But sometimes, the Gaurartis take it granted. Okay, it is not compulsory. The devotees tend to miss it in many temples and many cases. So that's what actually we would like to know more about it, so that the devotees may become serious about it.
Okay, let's go into this one. Can someone read this? Why you switch off your video? You go on your video, Yeah, you put on your video. I want to see all of you when I'm talking.
No, I'm also in the kitchen. I'm also in the kitchen. That's why I off it. I went into
No,
cooking the
you have
bulk.
to be on. Otherwise, it's difficult. You ask a question, you disappear. What is this?
No, I'm not disappearing. I'm hearing, bro.
Okay,
Yes.
can you read this?
Yeah, bro. The words Yavanam Rishabham refers to the king of Yavanas. The Sanskrit words Yavana and Mlecha apply to those who do not follow the Vedic principles. According to the Vedic principles, one should rise early in the morning, take bath, chant Hare Krishna, and offer Mangala Harati to the deities, study Vedic literatures, take prasada, and engage in dressing and decorating the deities. One must also collect money for the temple expenditures. Or if one is householder, he must go to work in accordance with the prescribed duties of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Sudra. In this way, one should live a life for spiritual understanding, and this is the Vedic way of civilization. One does not follow all these rules and regulations is called Yavana or Mlecha. One should not mistakenly think um, that these words refer to certain classes of men or in other countries. There is no question of limitation according to the nationalism. Whether one lives in India or outside of India, he is called a Yavana or a Mlecha if he does not follow the Vedic principles. One who does not actually follow the hygienic principles prescribed by the Vedic rules and regulations, Vedic rules and regulations will be subjected to many contagious diseases, because the students in this Krishna consciousness movement are advised to follow the Vedic principles. They naturally become hygienic. If
So
a
you
person
see,
is
if you
Krishna
don't
conscious,
do if you don't do Mangalarti, Prabhupada saying here, then you will degrade to become a Yavana or a Malacha. Is that? If you don't wake up early and morning, take bath, chant, offer mangala to the deities, study well, to take prasadam and engage in dressing the deities. Uh, you also collect money for the temple. Then one will become a Malacha or a Yavana. So it is very important that you do the morning program. Understand? Hmm? It also says here, can you read this? Oh, cannot hear. Can you all hear him?
No, Prabhu.
No,
Oh,
Prabhu.
well. Huh? We cannot hear you, Prabhu. Aribol, can someone else read? We cannot hear you.
Hare Krishna, you can hear me now?
Pure
Yeah,
devotee
now we
becomes
can hear you.
by hearing
Okay.
the Lord's glories.
Maybe somebody else can read because Arati is going on. Maybe it will be a disturbance. Prem Chaitanya
And
Prabhu.
Yeah, Prabhu, I can read. A pure devotee. Okay. This is a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 1:10-11. All the members of the Kuru dynasty offered respect when Krishna was leaving Hastinapura after the battle of Kurukshetra. Krishna was going to his own kingdom, and all the members of the Kuru dynasty were overwhelmed by his departure. This verse was spoken in that connection by Sutta Goswami. A pure devotee becomes attached to Krishna by hearing the Lord's glories. The Lord's glories and the Lord Himself are identical. One has to be qualified to understand this absolute truth. Therefore, one should be given a chance to associate with a pure devotee. Our Krishna consciousness movement is meant for this purpose. We want to create pure devotees so that other people will benefit by their association. In this way, the number of pure devotees increases. Professional preachers cannot create pure devotees. There are many professional preachers of Srimad Bhagavatam who read this work to earn their livelihood. However, they cannot convert materialistic people to devotional service. Only a pure devotee can convert others to pure devotional service. It is therefore important for all the preachers in our Krishna consciousness movement to first become pure devotees and follow the regulatory principles refraining from illicit sex, meat eating, gambling, and intoxication. They should regularly chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra on their beats, follow the devotional process, rise early in the morning, attend Mangala Arati, and recite Srimad Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita regularly. In this way, one can become purified and free from all material contamination. Sarvopadhi viniruktam tat paratvena nirmalam ऋषिकेन ऋषिकेश सेवनम भक्तिरुच्यते. CC Madhya 19:170. Bhakti or devotional service means engaging all one's senses in the service of the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Master of all the senses. When the spirit soul renders service unto the Supreme, there are two side effects. One is freed from all material designations, and one's senses are purified simply by being employed in the service of the Lord. Narada Pancharatra. To make a show of devotional service will not help one. One must be a pure devotee following the devotional process, then one can convert others to devotional service. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu practiced devotional service and preached, Apani Achari Bhakti Karila Prachara. If a preacher behaves properly in a devotional service, he will be able to convert others. Otherwise, his preaching will have no effect.
So you see here, Prabhupada gave stress to the morning program. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
And
Yes.
and Prabhu, regarding that Gaura Arti question, what is that answer, Prabhu?
Gora Arti is also important. We don't say not, because morning and evening chanting is proper program. But if someone is busy in the evening for preaching purpose, then of course his preaching is more important. Yes, but you simply do the Gora Arti and not the Mangala Arti. That's what the point is. Then you will become spiritually weak.
Yes.
You understand? Hmm? So we must be careful with this. Spiritual life means to try to follow spiritual master. Yes. Hmm. You try to become more than spiritual master, then everything will be finished. Hmm? Please read. Anyone read?
In
In
a
a previous
previous
birth, I was known as Maharaj Bharat. I attained perfection by becoming completely detached from material activities. Through direct experience and through indirect experience, I received understanding from the Vedas. I was fully engaged in the service of the Lord, but due to my misfortune, I became very affectionate to a small deer. So much so that I neglected my spiritual duties. Due to my deep affection for the deer in my next life, I had to accept the body of a deer. The incident herein described is very significant. In a previous verse, it is stated, Vina Mahatpada Rajabhishekam. One cannot attain perfection without smearing the dust from the lotus feet of an exalted devotee on his head. If one always follows the order of the spiritual master, there is no question of falling down. As soon as a foolish disciple tries to overtake his spiritual master, becomes ambitious, occupy his post, immediately falls down. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado yasya prasadana gati gutopi. The spiritual master is advanced, is considered an ordinary man. The disciple surely loses his chance to advance further. Despite a very rigid life in devotional service, Bharat Maharaj did not consult a spiritual master when he became overly attached to a deer. Consequently, he became strongly attached to the deer, and forgetting his spiritual master, he fell down.
So we should be very careful. Hmm? You start thinking that I can invent. Like now, I think I just sent one message. Some temple is introducing Ganesh and Garuda, correct?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, yes.
Ayappa is sent, right?
Yeah, we saw that, Prabhu.
So if you start thinking that you are more expert, then you're going to be big trouble, no? Hmm? Please read.
Sons ought to
Sons
render
ought to render
service
service to their father. Good.
to father exactly to this extent. One should obey the command of his father or spiritual master with due deference. Saying, yes, sir. The words in this verse are very important. One word is pitari and another word is guru. The son or disciple should accept the words of the spiritual master and father without hesitation. Whether a father and a spiritual master order should be taken without argument. Yes, there should be no instance in which disciple or son says that is not correct. I cannot carry it out. When he says that he's fallen, the father and the spiritual master are on the same platform because spiritual master is a second father. Higher classes are called Dvija, twice born. Whenever there is a question of birth, there must be a father. The first birth is made possible by the. Can you scroll up, Prabhu?
The first birth is made possible by actual father, and the second birth is made possible by the spiritual master. Sometimes the father and the spiritual master may be the same man, and sometimes they are different men. In any case, the order of the father or the order of the spiritual master must be carried out without hesitation, with an immediate yes. There should be no argument. This is real service to the father and to the spiritual master. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has stated that the order of the spiritual master is the life and soul of the disciple. As a man cannot separate his life from his body, a disciple cannot separate the order of the spiritual master from his life. If a disciple follows the instruction of the spiritual master in that way, he is sure to become perfect. This is confirmed in the Upanishad. The import of Vedic instruction is revealed automatically only to one who has implicit faith in the Supreme Personality of Godhead and in the spiritual master. One may be materially considered an illiterate man, but if he has faith in the spiritual master as well as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then the meaning of spiritual revelation is immediately manifested before him. So this point, you cannot try to concoct and change things, when everything is finished. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
There is a question, Prabhu, related to this in the chat by Ayappa Prabhu. Is Garuda okay? Garuda is okay, right?
Actually, in our line, Prabhupada never installed Garuda in anything,
Yes, Prabhu. Actually, I also wanted to ask this because Prabhu, in ISKCON Bangalore temple, I had been visiting ISKCON Bangalore temple. So there they've installed Hanuman deities and Garuda deities also. So I also wanted to ask this.
So, Bangalore is the authority?
No, Prabhu. It's just a clarification.
Who is the authority?
Sure, Prabhupada.
So,
So we must follow as
we have
Prabhupada
to
says.
accept Bangalore's version as the authority.
Should accept Prabhupada as
What do
the
you say?
authority.
Correct. That's why Prabhupada has given the books, correct?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
I am showing you from Prabhupada's words, correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
Did you see in any of Prabhupada's dealing that he installed the deity? In fact, Mayapur, he would have put Garuda there, correct? Yes?
If Delhi is after Prabhupada, Prabhu, Delhi is gone. This after Prabhupada. Okay.
Yeah, Gopal. In Mayapur also, the Garuda was put outside by Bhavananda. So we have to follow what Prabhupada has given us. You understand? So you say like that, you not only can put Hanuman and Garuda and Ganesh, you can put 330 million of them. Yes? Why only 3 of them? Correct? Correct? Yes or not? In fact, Prabhupada didn't want us to divert from the attention of Radha and Krishna Prem. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yes? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Prabhupada introduced Narasingha Dev worship. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
Correct. We never deny the existence of what we don't disrespect, but our line of worship has been established by the Acharya. So we have to follow the Acharya. Acharya, what is that? Purusho Veda. Hmm, correct.
Yes.
We simply try to bring concocted ideas, that materially concocted ideas, they will kind of hamper our spiritual attachment to spiritual master. Correct? That's why this verse I'm showing you, right? The moment the disciple think that is no more, then it's finished. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes or not?
Yes,
Hmm?
that's true.
Yes.
Therefore, Prabhupada said, my success is that I strictly follow my spiritual master. Yes? Yes or not? So why we
Yes.
should change things around, Just because I have a big temple, I got more space, I should put everybody there? What do you say? Huh? Then we'll become like Hindu, no? We'll put everything. I think they're putting this Sai Baba, Chinese God, everything inside, correct?
Yes, Prabhu. Now they're making new
Yes?
gods also.
Huh?
Now they're installing
Yes,
even politicians for politicians also.
politician
Sometimes.
also. Everything they can install, they'll install. Because it says clearly, if one does not have spiritual master, then God will become ordinary man, and ordinary man will become God. You know? Yes? Hmm?
Yes. Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. Yeah. Please read this.
Subramanian Prabhu, read, no?
Yes, Prabhu. At that time, Balabhadra Bhattacharya placed a request at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He said, please give me permission to go see Lord Krishna directly. Purport. The puzzled people who visited Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were actually seeing Lord Krishna, but they were mistaken in thinking that Lord Krishna had come to Kaliya lake. They all said that they had seen Krishna directly performing his pastimes on the hoods of the serpent Kaliya, and that the jewels on Kaliya's hoods were blazing brilliantly. Because they were speculating with their imperfect knowledge, they saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as an ordinary human being and a boatman's light in the lake as Krishna. One must see things as they are through the mercy of a spiritual master. Otherwise, if one tries to see Krishna directly, he may mistake an ordinary man for Krishna or Krishna for an ordinary man. Everyone has to see Krishna according to the verdict of Vedic literatures presented by the self-realized spiritual master. A sincere person is able to see Krishna through the transparent via medium of Sri Gurudeva, the spiritual master. Unless one is enlightened by the knowledge given by the spiritual master, he cannot see things as they are, even though he remains constantly with the spiritual master. This incident at Kaliya Daha is very instructive for those eager to advance in Krishna consciousness.
Correct?
Yes,
Hmm?
it is very clear.
Hmm. You try to think you are smarter than the spiritual master, then you're going to get into a lot of trouble. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes or not?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm? So it's very dangerous, One try to mess around spiritual life, because the mind is very expert. Hmm? Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm? Yes or not?
That's true.
Also in the Bhagavad Gita, also Prabhupada said this, The thing is, think it's in 18th chapter. Give me a minute, look for this verse. Religion, dash work. Yeah, 1831, 1832. Oh, what happened here? Adharmam dharmamiti ya manyate tamashrivata sarvartan viparitamscha buddhisa partha tamasti. Can anyone read this?
I'll read it, Prabhu. Translation. That understanding which considers irreligion to be religion and religion to be irreligion under the spell of illusion and darkness and strives always in the wrong direction, Upartha, is in the mode of ignorance. Purport. Intelligence in the mode of ignorance is always working the opposite of the way it should. It accepts religions which are not actually religions and rejects actual religion. Men in ignorance understand a great soul to be a common man and accept a common man as a great soul. They think truth to be untruth and accept untruth as truth. In all activities, they simply take the wrong path. Therefore, their intelligence is in the mode of ignorance.
Understand? One is without the help of the spiritual master, one thinks that God is an ordinary man is God. And again, without proper guidance, one will take an ordinary man as a great man and a great man as an ordinary man. So therefore, spiritual life means spiritual master. And spiritual master you have also, like you see, many Prabhupada disciples all are with personal, dealing with him and all. You see how they are debating. Correct? Yes or not?
Yes, Prabhu.
So it doesn't mean that because you have a pure devotee means yes, but you have to follow. The main thing is to follow the instruction of the spiritual master. Correct? Yes or not? Otherwise, you spiritually you become, what do we say, you are detached and then you dry up and fall down. So you have to be very cautious. Otherwise, because you have some, so-called material position, then you start changing things around, then you're going to ask for trouble. Yes?
Yes. Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
Right, we have to always be careful to check what we are doing according to Sadhu, Shastra and Guru. If we don't do that, then we will speculate. And when we bring material concocted ideas, then everything is finished. Yes? What happened? You bring in the material concocted ideas, Can you read this?
Some of the disciples strictly accepted the order of the Acharya and others deviated, independently concocting their own options under the spell of Devi Maya. The verse describes the beginning of schism. When disciples do not stick to the principle of accepting the order of their spiritual master, immediately there are two options. Any option different from the option of the spiritual master is useless. One cannot infiltrate materially concocted ideas into the spiritual advancement, that is deviation. There is no scope for adjusting spiritual advancement for mental ideas.
So then,
Yes.
yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. So when you start to put in all this kind of crazy ideas, then you're going to become like what's happening now. You know, our Hindu religion is so good, no? Yeah, is it not? So much hodgepodge. Yes,
Yes.
is it not?
Yes.
Ah. Why? Because they have concocted ideas and everybody is confused. Hmm? Yes,
Yes, Prabhu. There is related points or questions from Ayyappa Prabhu in the chat, Prabhu,
let me
regarding
open this.
this subject.
Where is this thing now? Where the bar is gone also. What happened to the icon?
Shall I read, Prabhu?
Okay. What about what is this? As he viewed, what is this?
As he viewed Lord Jagannath from behind the Garuda column, hundreds of thousands of people in front of him were seeing the deity. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antilila 23.
Antilila
23.
23. He viewed Lord Jagannath from behind the Garuda column. Hundreds and thousands of people in front of him were seeing the deity. Eating soya sauce and tofu is not recommended. Milk and devotee eat those. What about mounting idols of Jaya and Vijay Prabhu in Delhi, ISKCON and Mayapur? Wow. Next thing they will do, put Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha.
Now, super answer, Prabhu.
What? And then Kumbhakarna and
Perfect answer,
Ravana.
Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Huh? You don't eat soya sauce because soya bean is not possible to eat soya bean. Then now you can eat soya sauce and tofu. Hmm? Anyway, in India you don't have these things, right? Do you have tofu and soya sauce in India?
Imported, Prabhu. You're getting importing things. Importing and eating.
Oh, I thought you don't like anything Chinese from China.
Food is okay, Prabhu. Anything is eating is okay.
Oh, anything you're right, huh? I hope they're distributing at the LOC, yeah? Line of
Some
control.
temple they say they're okay with even some temple they are even cooking actually. I don't know in the altar, but the devotees are in the temple also the soya is cooked and then they're eating. I'm not sure whether they offering the deities, but some temple but we don't do the ISK, we don't do that.
There's no shortage of eating, you know. If you want to eat, there's no limit to it, no? Correct? Whole idea is to perform austerity, no? To eat things in the mode of goodness. Especially soya bean, it says that it's got more protein than meat. And if you eat something which has got so much protein, then you will be uh, passionate, you know. You activate your passionate mode, and that's not very good, no? Yes. So therefore, we should be very careful what we eat. Mm.
Prabhu, another question is, for the new devotees, or I mean, even the old one, but actually they are getting influenced by the IRM people, and they think that actually, I cannot say they think. They say that actually the original books or they have confusion about the original books, edited book, whether actually edited books can be used or not. So some are very, fanatic about the original books. So, some devotees asked me this question. I said, actually, I reserved the question for Saturday. Ayappa Prabhu asked me. I said, okay, Prabhu will answer better, so, because very sensitive subject it is. So I thought, you can answer better.
My question is that how many of you have read the Change book first before becoming a devotee?
I read.
Yeah?
Myself, Prabhu,
How
myself.
many of you?
Yes, ma'am.
I read, Prabhu.
So if you all read Change book and became devotee, then what's wrong with reading that book? Tell me. After you find out, then yeah, you be careful. But it is still potent, as Prabhupada said, when Hansadutta was talking to Prabhupada about Hayagriva was translating, and Prabhupada was saying that yes, he can change some things, but he cannot change the philosophy. Yes, you all became devotees by reading the philosophy, is it not?
Yes.
1-2 words change there does not, make the book completely useless. To my experience, all those who advocate of the change books and so die hard about them, I don't see them preaching.
Exactly.
Hmm?
Not only preaching,
So
Prabhu,
much
they don't
is,
have good qualities, most of them. Mostly fault
I don't
finding.
see anything. Where are they, boy? I don't see them around at all. Correct? You don't do it, then okay, you put your money inside and reprint the book and do something, tangible. Oh, don't read this book. Don't. And I read what book? Huh? Playboy magazine? Tell me. This is nonsense. You understand? Especially the language that from English has been translated. All the translated books in different languages, all from the change book. Is it not?
Yes.
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 So most people are becoming devotees. How they are becoming devotees is totally useless. Of course, I'm for printing the book, which is not changed. Not that but if there's nothing, then what to do? Correct? And it costs a lot of money
Utilities.
to redo this whole thing. It's not so cheap, Just simply tomorrow you can print out the whole book, Correct? Yes, man. So until you get it, what else to do? Tell me. Until we get the original book, we should do nothing. Of course, in
So
English,
if
yeah, we
possible,
have, but other languages, all how? Huh? What about all the other languages? Also? They all
I
are
asked a question to
translated
one,
from change books.
I asked this question to one person, Prabhu. In the Facebook, actually, when this discussion came, it's long back. There is one lady, Mataji. So I told her that actually, what about the other languages? What is the guarantee that I'm teaching in Tamil Nadu and I'm using Tamil book, which is actually changed, translated from the edited version. What I should do? Then she said, you should start translating original book and publish it.
Oh, so can you give me the money?
Impractical people, Prabhu, they are.
They spend some money, simply talking, Correct? All these people all are not full-time devotees, They're just simply sitting at home, Yeah? And giving a lot of suggestions, Nothing practical. Yeah, we are on the field. We have to do the work. What to do? Correct? Those who are
Yes,
preaching on the
Prabhu.
hill,
Correct,
they will
Prabhu.
know. Hmm?
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhu, similarly, I've seen many people who criticize ISKM, and like the Nimanita Prabhu had made this one video where he is like, like literally using evidence from Shastra. He's literally blasting all of them. Like people were speaking some wrong things about ISKM. Then Nimanita Prabhu totally just defeated their arguments.
Hmm.
So yes, bro, like many people, they keep commenting, they are deviating, they are deviating, they are deviating. But they're not seeing themselves. Are they preaching on
Them
that?
to come and join us. We'll put them in China. We'll put them in all these countries and see how they perform. Please come and join us. And since you talk so much, we'll put you in Vietnam or Cambodia. We still haven't opened a branch there. Maybe you can go there, no? See how you perform. Correct? Thinking, that it's so easy to do preaching work. Yes, it is easy to
Yes, Prabhu.
criticize. Prabhupada said, the dogs will bark, the caravan will pass. Yes, you understand? You come out and see, how to preach. Like now in China, you know how difficult it is. You speak, they arrest you. Yeah, how you want to do it? You do little ringing in your house, the police comes. What are you going to do? Tell me. Arrest you is not enough. They take you somewhere. They take your organs out. They don't know what is going to be. You understand? And with all this risk, the bodies are still pushing on, and then you criticize. Correct? You do not
Yes,
know. I
Prabhu.
mean, I'm sure some of you know who have come to Singapore. Correct? You know how difficult it is to preach here. Hmm? Right?
Yes.
So easy to say, for those people who are not experienced. As Prabhupada said, they all sit in the village and they call themselves Jagat Guru. Never even gone out of their village. Hmm? When you come out, let's see, you can perform. You criticize, yes. I mean, if you, Prabhupada said, if you want to criticize, you can even criticize me and Krishna also. There's no end to it. Correct? Hmm? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu. But that's a very big offense.
Hmm?
Especially Prabhu, like of trying to speak something about Prabhupada or some devotee of that caliber is an offense, very big offense.
Yes, they're simply offending. That's all they can do. They cannot do anything positive.
Actually, Prabhu, frankly speaking, I
Trying to
was like
get
that
this
at one point of
arrow
time.
black.
But
Hmm?
then somehow by Prabhupada's, I was like that at one point of time. But then by Prabhupada's mercy, I could somehow come back to the right track.
Oh, this thing is not getting my arrows up. The black arrow is there. I want to go to a verse now. This program, parallel program, is crazy program. This guys, can't even make this program to fit into the Mac. We have to run a Windows on it. They don't want to change it. Why don't all these people talking so much do something practical? Maybe we can give money to, you know. How difficult. I can't even get this arrow to become black or white. Crazy. It's talking about criticizing. Do something tangible. This program is crazy. Okay, I got it now. You can see here in this verse. Someone can read this?
I read it, Prabhu. Translation.
Lord Prabhu.
Therefore, my dear Uddhava, abandon the Vedic mantras as well as the procedures of supplementary Vedic literatures and their positive and negative injunctions. Disregard that which has been heard and that which is to be heard. Simply take shelter of me alone, for I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead, situated within the heart of all conditioned souls. Take shelter of me wholeheartedly, and by my grace, be free from fear in all circumstances.
So you see here, disregard that which has been heard and that is to be heard. Hmm? Not only that, it says here also. A person is continuously criticizing, he will fall down. Whoever indulges in praising or criticizing the qualities and behavior of others will quickly become deviated from his own interest, best interest, by his entanglement in illusory duality. Understand? Yeah? You simply get into this criticizing and criticizing, then you will also fall down. So better stay away from this thing and just concentrate on our work of preaching. Hmm? We just go on with our work and serving Prabhupada. There's so much to do. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm.
Prabhu, it's written, whoever indulges in praising, why? What is that praising? It's written praising or criticizing.
Yeah, sometimes you praises, you get into flattering. So you should be more attached to trying to, of course, you can glorify the devotee who is doing good work. There's no harm in that. But getting into criticizing is dangerous. Sometimes you praise, sometimes you criticize. This is not the best that you engage solely in trying to preach the glories of Krishna and the pure devotees. Hmm? Duplicity is not encouraged. Hmm? Understand?
Actually, whoever indulges in praising or criticizing others, it is mentioned. So does it mean others? I mean,
Yes.
it is not talking about devotees. Because praising the devotees is all right, but not the mundane people. Is it my understanding correct, Prabhu?
Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur indicates that rather than trying to separate conditioned soul by materialistic distinction, one should bring them together to chant the holy name of the Lord and propagate the Sankirtan movement, Lord Chaitanya. A non-devotee or even an envious third-class devotee is not interested in uniting people on the platform of love of Godhead. Instead, he unnecessarily separates them by emphasizing material distinctions like communist, capitalist, black, white, rich, poor, liberal, conservative, so on. Material life is always imperfect, full of ignorance and disappointing in the end. Rather than praising and criticizing the high and low features of ignorance, one should be absorbed in Krishna consciousness on the spiritual platform of eternity, bliss, and knowledge. Is that clear there? Hmm?
Prabhu, so even we shouldn't tell anything about the materialistic people also. Is it?
Why talk about them? If talking about them is simply wasting time, no?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes?
Yes, that is true.
In this incident, one devotee, he fell down, or rather he was kicked out of the temple for some reason. So when Bhaktisiddhanta came to the temple, he asked, where is this devotee? Or they say, this guy, he did this, he did that, and we kicked him out. Then Bhaktisiddhanta says, okay, you're going to do that, then I'm leaving this temple. You better go and call him back. So there was the incident, and Bhaktisiddhanta quoted this verse, that one should not so much get into uh, praising or criticizing. So we should be very careful that we don't indulge in these things. Because nowadays, the Facebook, the Instagram, all these things are platform for voicing out other people's faults. It is a gossip platform. You understand? When you get into that, then spiritually you become very much contaminated. You see. And they thrive on that, speaking bad of this one and speaking bad of that and giving opinions of all kind of nonsense. That's materially contaminating. Yes, they thrive
Yes,
on
Prabhu.
that. They make money out of that because that's people's weakness. Is it not? Yes? No?
Prabhu, here it is mentioned that whoever indulges in pricing or criticizing the qualities of and behavior of others. So my point is praising the mundane people is not right, but devotees is all right?
Yeah. You want to glorify the devotee, that's okay. But we have to be careful in that also, no? Sometimes we glorify, sometimes we say bad things. Best is to avoid all that totally. Because you can always glorify the devotee. Best thing is to be careful also. Sometimes you glorify, sometimes you criticize. That's what it means to glorify and criticize. Best is to just not get into it. Of course, you can always glorify the devotee. I don't say no. Yes.
Here, Prabhu.
Any other questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes.
Prabhu,
There is
today's
in the chat, there is one. Please
Who's
go,
this?
please go.
Who's
actually,
speaking? Oh,
Prabhu, in
yeah.
today's class, which was on Facebook Live, in that you had said about sense gratification. So I
Mm.
was trying to like just introspect and check into myself. Then I mean, at every step, we are somehow or the other entangled in sense gratification. So, Prabhu, I mean,
Mm.
how is it possible that I mean, when I feel that I have so much of dirt inside me, and practically for me now, every time I try to get out of it, I get even more entangled in it. So every time I try to get out of sense gratification, I try to restrict myself. I fail very badly. So then, like, how practically can we do this, Prabhu? Like, solution. What is the practical
First
solution?
thing you have to do, the first thing, see, this whole thing is a science. It says here in this verse, this is the steps that you have to follow. This is the process. Adao Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sangha Ta Bachana Kriya Ta Anartha Nivritisya Tato Nista Ruchi Tata Sakti To Bhavis. This verse. In the beginning, there must be faith. So, what you're now getting is to hear. You're hearing, you're getting your faith developed. Then one become interested in associating with pure devotees. Then you want to associate with a pure devotee like Prabhupada through the other devotees. Thereafter, one is initiated by spiritual master. So when then you get initiated, then he execute regulated under his orders. So when he practices under the guidance of spiritual master, then one is free from all unwanted habits. You understand that?
Hmm.
So without the help of the spiritual master, it's very hard to become purified.
Hmm.
You follow?
Yes, yes,
You
Prabhu.
cannot do spiritual life, and become fixed up. As you see, after his unwanted habit become clear, then he become firmly fixed in his devotional service. So if you want to become fixed up in devotional service, you have to follow this process. You understand? You cannot try to do your way. That's not possible. Yeah?
Yes.
You understand? So now, of course, you have accepted Prabhupada in your heart, but you have to formally take the connection.
Hmm. Yes, Prabhu.
Yes?
Yes.
Then see then it becomes very easy for you because the spiritual master first will take away all your karma. And not only that, he will then enlighten you with transcendental knowledge. You follow?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm? So without that spiritual connection, yes,
Yes, Prabhu. Got it. Thank you so much.
understand. Hmm?
Yes, Prabhu. So initiation is the next step that I need to look for.
Hmm?
So next step I need to look for is initiation. Is it, Prabhu?
Yeah, initiation is a must, without that.
Hmm. Yes. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Correct.
Hmm.
Hmm?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Anything else? Any other questions or comments? Much better session today. I can see all
Prabhu,
of you.
another thing.
Yes.
Prabhu, one question. Prabhu. So actually, that there is also among the Ritvik devotees, they have a point that Prabhupada is my authority. Some also have taken a point that they listen to only Prabhupada, and some others they say that I listen Prabhupada lectures. So Prabhupada's authority, that means, I mean, like, what is the position of the temple management and senior devotees? And so this is kind of, I mean, this problem is not there in ISKCON, but this problem is there in Ritvik system. That is the reason many devotees are, independent in our, I don't say in ISK, but in general, I'm talking about Ritvik system. So those who follow Ritvik system, they tend to be very independent by saying that Prabhupada is my authority. So can you show lights on this for the new devotees so that?
Well, if you don't have a strong, what we say, if you have no problem spiritually, yeah, you can take Prabhupada and authority. Everybody take Prabhupada. But if you are taking Prabhupada and authority and you are not making, sufficient advancement, you're not strict in your discipline, you find yourself, lacking in strength and all that, then you have to get associated with somebody who's advanced. Yes? If you don't have very good, strong association, then it's difficult for you to make advancement. So therefore, Prabhupada set up the system whereby you have the temple president, secretary, treasurer, then you also have some senior devotees. So unless we learn how to take advantage of this, it's difficult. As I many times quoted this verse, that even though one may think he's advanced, still he need to associate with devotees, no?
Yes.
Yes.
I have shown that verse many times, no?
Yes.
Let me take it out again. That even he thinks he's advanced, without association with advanced devotees, it's difficult for him to make spiritual advancement. Yes? I think it's 2283 or what, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Yeah. See here, it says here, the root cause of devotional service to Lord Krishna is association with the advanced devotees. Even when one dormant love for Krishna awakens, association with devotee is still most essential. You know, in the neophyte stage, everybody thinks that he is very advanced, he knows everything. That's the qualification of a neophyte devotee. He thinks he is the best and he knows everything. Whereas an advanced devotee thinks that he is the worst and he doesn't know anything, You understand? They're two different kind of a thinking, is it? Neophyte thinks he knows everything, therefore he doesn't require anybody's help. Whereas a pure devotee is always thinking that he is the most fallen. You understand?
Yes, yes. So these are some of the anandas we get from the influence of some IRM kind of people. They say that actually Prabhupada is like others are not so important. This kind of, since nowadays everybody is mixing with everybody, so they get confused sometimes.
Yeah, that's why if you don't take proper guidance, then you'll definitely be confused, no? Right? Right? If you think that you know everything,
Yes.
then you can see here, this is how a pure devotee thinks. See, this is how, although a pure devotee standard is above all, he still considers himself to be the lower stage of life. That is how a pure devotee thinks, you see. So if a person thinks that he is very advanced, itself is a fall down, because to think like that is not very correct. And if you think that, I'm with Prabhupada, I'm reading his books and I'm, you're doing everything, for Prabhupada and, I think it is here. This verse, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, Jnanam paramam guhyam me yad vijnanam samam vitam saharasyam tad angancha grahanam gaditam maya. The personality of God had said, knowledge about me as described in the scriptures is very confidential and it has to be realized in conjunction with devotional service. You understand? You cannot just say that, I will read Prabhupada books and say, you have to do devotional service, practical devotional service. And that means what? You have to surrender to an authority. The necessary paraphernalia for that process has been explained by me. You may take it up carefully. You understand? So like I had one case, one friend of mine, I think when I was in America, he was reading only Prabhupada books and somebody give class, he will not go, he will go to his room and read only Prabhupada's, hear Prabhupada lecture or hear Prabhupada class or something, Then soon after he fell down. Understand? This is not proper thinking, you know. One who is actually advanced is always feeling himself as lower than the lowest. As it says in the verse, Sisastaka prayer.
Correct? Yes or not?
Yes, bro.
Is it not?
Huh?
Wanting oneself lower than the straw in the street, then he can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. So pride, it's very difficult to give up pride, you know. Pride can only be cut by the help of the spiritual master. And Prabhupada has set up the temples, society of devotees, so that when we go there, our pride is humbled, you know. When we don't have all these things, then we will become always proud, you know. Little knowledge is very dangerous, that is saying, correct? Yes or not? Hmm?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, bro. Clear.
Yes?
Yes, bro.
So if a person is thinking like that, he is on a dangerous path, you know. So as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu corrected Vallabha Bhatt, you know, so he said, you know more than Sridhar Swami. Prabhupada said, I mean, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is one who is very advanced in learning, and if he's proud, then what's the use of his learning? Huh? What is the use of his
Correct.
learning? Hmm? You understand? So we should be very careful not to get into that, you know. Yes?
Yes, bro. Yes.
Pride, you know, very risky.
Prabhu, there's a question in the chat box.
Hmm. What's the question? What's the question?
What are your views in the observation of Purushottam? Some ISKCON temple, they are actually, ISKCON people are lighting lamps for the whole month.
Oh, Kartik, is it?
Purushottam.
Purushottam, okay. I mean, this Purushottam is coming from the Vallabhacharya Sampradaya more, you know. It's not from our Sampradaya so much. And also Prabhupada said, if you are actually doing every day, then what's the need to do something extra other days? Yeah? This is for people who sleep all year and do nothing. For them, yeah. That also 1 in 4 years, you know. Whole year sleeping, doing nothing. Yeah, for them, yeah, this Purushottam or whatever. But for one who's every day doing, what is that? What is that to do? Tell me.
I think.
Yes?
Just continue that. No, let's continue what we do.
Somebody is sleeping, yeah, you know, he should have Purushottam, Kartik, everything he should do, correct? Yes or not?
Yes.
Eh?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Isn't it? Does it make sense? Prabhupada said that. Why we need to do all this? Hmm? Correct. So we should be very careful to understand this properly.
Oh, the devotees were following Kartik month during Prabhupada time. Damodara Puja and those things are there, Prabhupada time.
Prabhupada time, yeah, we did Damodara. Kartik, yeah, we did. Kartik is recommended, But I never remember doing Purushottam. We never did Purushottam. So we have to be careful. We are trying to introduce something which is not, introduced by Prabhupada. Hmm? Any other questions?
Sorry, you can hear me now. Actually, the chat session there is first point shared by Prem Chaitanya Prabhu, which was not answered yet.
Is that?
Letter to Rayarama, Columbus, Ohio, 17 May 1969.
I think he's putting up an article, You can read that, Prabhu. Why don't you read it?
It was shared during that conversation about the Gauraharati topic. My advice to you under the circumstances is that at least for 1 hour you must all go to have Sankirtan outside on the streets or in the park. That is your life and soul, first business. The next business is completing the chanting of 16 rounds every day. The next business is your editing, and if you find extra time, then you can attend the temple ceremonies. Otherwise, you can stop these activities. For outdoor kirtan, your editing work and chanting 16 rounds must be done. Outdoor kirtan must be done even at the cost of suspending all editing work. That is your first and foremost business. Temple worship is not so important. If need be, the whole temple can be locked, but the outdoor kirtan can be stopped. Is it actually a private directive or it's actually?
Because he's meant for the devotee. Prabhupada wanted him to do the, translation work, very important, no?
Yeah.
Prabhu, I have a question, Prabhu. Prabhu, regarding outdoor Sankirtan, there is this particular letter written by Prabhupada in which he mentions that in India, generally if they go for outdoor Sankirtan, they're not received very well. That is, people think of them as beggars or something, and so it is not very effective. So Prabhupada said the more important thing should be collecting, making life members, and building temples. Prabhu, does it still hold even now in the modern case?
Prabhupada gave instruction to devotees in India differently, because in India it's very hard to go on the street and, collect money and all that, like in America, selling books. So Prabhupada introduced life membership in India. And Prabhupada knew unless you have built a temple, the Indians will not come. So he wanted to do that, and he knew how to preach in India. He knew how to preach in the West. So he was using his, what do we say, his expertise in trying to expand the movement. And it's a fact, in India, if you don't have a temple, they don't come. Correct? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. That is true.
So in America, you don't have a temple, they still come. Hmm? Yes?
Yeah. Yes, Prabhu. People are attracted by the sounds of the Sankirtan itself.
So we have to use our, guidance from Prabhupada and see what is the best,
Yes, Prabhu.
And So we have to be very careful, you know. In India is a different strategy, and outside India is different strategy. So we have to apply what Prabhupada has spoken. Prabhupada never built any temple outside of India, right? Correct?
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
In fact, he bought churches because, you know, if we build a temple, there only Indians will go. But he made a church and all the others come, right?
Yes.
Hey, Prabhupada is very expert in that, you know. So you have to know what is the best, you know. Yeah? So I just was looking for this verse. I
So
found this
to place time, place,
verse.
and circumstance.
In this verse, you can see, just now we are talking about. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you are both a greatly learned scholar and a great devotee. When there are two such attributes, there cannot be a mountain of false pride. See? So when you try to do things on your own, you become proud, then you're spiritually you are, you know, not very good position. Hmm?
Yes, Prabhu.
So we should be very careful. That's why we associate. When we keep association of devotees, then this pride is cut, you know. How to become lower than the lowest is the success of spiritual life. You know, among 6 qualities of surrender, the last quality is that always feel oneself meek and humble. Hmm? Is explained here. Can see here it is explained here. And this verse, Anukulasya Sankalpa Patikulasya Varjanam. See, one should always think himself helpless and should consider Krishna the only basis of his progress in life. Hmm?
Yes, Prabhu.
So one should always feel helpless, meek, humble. Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. When you try to become proud, they say pride goes before fall, you know. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes or not?
Yes, Prabhu.
And whenever you, especially when you are new, we always think that we are very expert. Yes?
Yes, well, that's why sometimes I give an example of a JCB machine. You know, so how to be humble. JCB, when it raises a hand, it demolish everything. At once it does a big task, then it actually humble down. So after doing such a big task, actually it always it heads down. JCB. So I always say that actually devotee must be like that. You know, after doing big task, also you should put your head down.
This verse is written, the translation is more appropriate. The 6 divisions of surrender are the acceptance of those things favorable to devotional service, the rejection of unfavorable things, the conviction that Krishna will give protection, accepting the Lord as one guardian or master, full self-surrender and humility. Okay? So we have to learn how to, can you read this?
I read it to you. One who is fully surrendered is qualified with the six following characteristics. Number one, the devotee has to accept everything that is favorable for the rendering of transcendental loving service to the Lord. Number two, he must reject everything unfavorable to the Lord's service. This is also called renunciation. Number three, a devotee must be firmly convinced that Krishna will give him protection. No one else can actually give him one protection, and being firmly convinced of this is called faith. This kind of faith is different from the faith of an impersonalist who wants to merge into the Brahman effulgence in order to benefit by cessation of repeated birth and death. The devotee wants to remain always in the Lord's service. In this way, Krishna is merciful to his devotee and gives him all protection from the dangers found on the path of devotional service. Number four, the devotee should accept Krishna as his supreme maintainer and master. He should not think that he is being protected by a demigod. He should depend only on Krishna, considering him the only protector. The devotee must be firmly convinced that within the three worlds he has no protector or maintainer other than Krishna. Number five, self-surrender means remembering that one's activities and desires are not independent. The devotee is completely dependent on Krishna and he acts and thinks as Krishna desires. Number six, the devotee is meek and humble. Lord Krishna states in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15, verse number 15, Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha vedescha sarve rahameva vedyo vedanta krit veda videva chaham. I am seated in everyone's heart and from me come remembrance, knowledge and forgetfulness. By all the Vedas I am to be known. Indeed, I am the compiler of Vedanta and I am the knower of the Vedas. Situated in everyone's heart, Krishna deals differently according to the living entity's position. The living entity's position is to be under the protection of the illusory energy or under Krishna's personal protection. When a living entity is fully surrendered, he is under the direct protection of Krishna, and Krishna gives him all intelligence by which he can advance the spiritual realization. The non-devotee, however, being under the protection of the illusory energy, increasingly forgets his relationship with Krishna. Sometimes it is asked how Krishna causes one to forget. Krishna personally causes his devotee to forget material activities, and through the agency of Maya, Krishna causes the non-devotee to forget his devotion service to the Lord. This is called apohana.
Yes.
Yes.
So one is not meek and humble. It's very difficult, Start thinking that he knows many things and he doesn't require anybody, especially now the quick system.
Hmm.
As he said, everybody thinks that, I don't need nobody. Hmm?
I think only Prabhupada is authority. I don't need any other devotees.
Hmm. Yes.
Yes, yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
This is actually the reason, This is actually the reason you can see here. There's black arrow. To get this black arrow out of it. Trying to get another verse for you. Hare Krishna. Sometimes the neophyte devotee offers all the paraphernalia for worshipping the Lord, and he factually worships the Lord as the deity, but because he is envious of the authorized devotees of Lord Vishnu, the Lord is never satisfied with his devotional service. So this is the example of a neophyte devotee, You understand? Because sometimes you get carried away thinking that he's a big time person, Hmm?
Yes, Prabhu.
Therefore, you have to be very cautious. There's another verse, I think it is here. Give me a minute, I'll take that out. It's about the three classes of devotees. Give me a minute. I think I'm just in the wrong place. Maybe it's here. Give me a minute. So here in this verse, a Pakrita Bhakta or materialistic devotee does not purposely study the Shastra and try to understand the actual standard of pure devotional service. Consequently, it does not show proper respect to advanced devotees. He may, however, follow the regulated principle, learn from his spiritual master or from his family or worship the deity. He is to be considered on the material platform, although he is trying to advance in devotional service. Such a person is a Bhakta Praya, a neophyte devotee, or Bhakta Abhasha, for he is little enlightened by Vaishnava philosophy. Understand this point? This verse is from the Srimad Bhagavatam 11 to 47. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said that one who has full love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead and who maintains a good friendship with the Lord devotee is always close to those who envy Krishna and Krishna's devotee. Such a person is to be considered an intermediate devotee. He becomes a first-class devotee when he is in the course of advancing in devotional service. He feels an intimate relation with all living entities, seeing them as part and parcel of the Supreme Person. Says here, another place here, it should be understood that a Madhyama Adhikari, a second-class devotee, is fully convinced of Krishna consciousness but cannot support its conviction with Shastric reference. A neophyte may fall down by associating with non-devotees because he is not firmly convinced and strongly situated. The second-class devotee, even though he cannot support his position with Shastric references, can gradually become a first-class devotee by studying the Shastras and associating with the first-class devotee. However, if the second-class devotee does not advance himself by associating with the first-class devotee, will fall down, even though he may mix with the non-devotees to preach. There's no possibility of the first-class devotee, However, if the second class devotee does not advance himself by associating with first class devotee, he makes no progress. There's no possibility the first class devotee will fall down, even though he may mix with non-devotee preach. Conviction and faith gradually increase to make one a Uttama Adhikari, a first class devotee. So you see, even if it's a second class platform, if it does not associate with the first class devotee, then he makes no progress. Understand? So if he thinks that, okay, I've got Prabhupada and that's it, yes, it's associating. I'm not saying no. But then Prabhupada also said that you must strictly be following the 4 principles and chanting 16 rounds, following all the program that Prabhupada has given. You understand? Cannot just say, I've accepted Prabhupada and that's it, So many disciples of Prabhupada also, they fell down, correct? Initiated by Prabhupada. Yes? Well, so we have to be very cautious on these things. Anything else?
None from me. Thank you so much.
Anybody has any questions?
Anybody else? Anything else to add?
I think that's it, Prabhu.
Looks
Thank
like
you very
that.
much, Prabhu. Right time. It was a wonderful class actually. Today it was more, interactive. So, and one thing is, we welcome Ajanya Mataji to the temple. Now she has joined full time. So
Oh, that-
after listening your classes in the Prabhu's classes, she got inspired. So we welcome others also who are attending the classes very soon to the temple. A lot of beds vacant in the temple. Kindly come and occupy. So those who are listening to the session are welcome to the temple. So you can join.
Yes, Prabhu, surely.
the auspicious is giving our life to Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Okay, I guess thank you very much for engaging me like this in service of Prabhupada. I hope I
For
managed
taking
to
your time
clear
out for us,
some
Prabhu.
of your doubts. I hope so.
Yes, Prabhu, definitely. It was a wonderful class.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. All done goes to Lord
Thank you.
Prabhupada.
All good,
Thank you so much,
Prabhupada. All good.
Prabhu. Krishna.
Very good.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhupada.